Hi everybody. So I am out for the moment. So I decided to record this PowerPoint. That way you guys can still learn and we can move on just as if I was already here. Okay, so let's get into perspective. All right, so you can take a moment. I want you to think about what is perspective. So it's a little bit different in art. It doesn't have to do with an opinion like maybe it might in English. It has something to do with art. And it doesn't have anything to do with these pictures on the board. So I want you to think about, what do you think perspective is? Okay. All right. So on your paper, you should have a little worksheet that looks something like this with a little checkerboard. We're going to be taking notes. I'm trying to get you prepared for middle school and high school. So we're going to be taking some notes, and your job is to fill in the blanks. So feel free to pause this so that you can write it down. But perspective is a formula used to paint or draw the illusion of a three-dimensional space or object on a two-dimensional surface. So go ahead and pause that if you need. Okay, so now we're going to talk about what the viewpoint is, or the horizon line. So the horizon line is when you are drawing or painting. It's the imaginary line that the sky and the ground create in the distance. All right. A vanishing point is the point at which converging lines, so lines that are coming together, seem to go closer and closer until they disappear. And last but not least, converging lines are the lines that get closer and closer to the vanishing point. So go ahead and pause the video and take down the notes. I'm assuming that, I apologize, that my picture is right here covering up the definitions. So converging lines is just two or more lines that get closer and closer to the vanishing point. So go ahead, pause it, get the definitions down, and then when you're ready, start the video back up. Okay, so we have two more definitions. So we're going to talk about worm's eye view and bird's eye view. Worm's eye view is the point of view from the ground looking up as if through the viewpoint of a worm. So if you see that top box there, we can see the bottom of the box. So we're going to imagine that we're a little worm, only a little worm or something underneath that box would be able to see that viewpoint. A bird's eye view is kind of like your bird or an airplane. You're up in the sky. So if that box was like a building, for example, we wouldn't be able to see the top of the building unless we were up really, really high. And that's why it's called bird's eye view. So that's the point of view, looking down through the air as if through the viewpoint of a bird. So go ahead, pause the video, get down your definitions, and then move on to the next slide. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the history of perspective, and we're going to start with artwork from the ancient Greeks. So the ancient Greeks were really good at creating realistic artwork and creating incredible statues and sculptures, and they really mastered this form of art. And then over the years, that knowledge kind of got lost for a little bit during the medieval art period. So we're going to take a look at that next. Okay, so now we get into the medieval art period, and as you can see, the artwork's good, but it's a little wonky. So for example, if you're looking at the picture with the angels and the monk kneeling next to the door is way too big. He's more than halfway the size of the door. Things just feel off and weird. Same thing with the maiden with the medieval castle. She looks like she's the same size as the castle. It doesn't make sense visually. They really lost, like I said, that knowledge of how to create the illusion of things going back into the distance realistically. All right, now we get into probably my favorite time period, or one of my favorite time periods, is the Renaissance. So the Renaissance was pretty much called the rebirth. And what they did is they loved everything Greek. So this is about now, I want to say about 800 or 900 years after the ancient Greeks. So they're looking back to their philosophy, their music, their literature, their way of doing art, and they just want to kind of suck it all up and kind of figure out how to do what they did, maybe even to the next step. So this is Brunelleschi. He is the father of perspective. He was the person that kind of rediscovered and figured out an artistic kind of mathematical almost equation on how to make art look realistic. So he was really the person to figure all that out and show us how to make drawings look real. Okay, so during this time period, we finally start to see artists using this new knowledge. So Brunelleschi was kind of a funny guy. He kept his secrets about perspective. Almost it was like a club. He did not let everyone know about it. If he liked you, you would be able to find out about it. So it took a while for this new idea and concept of perspective to go throughout the different artists of history. But apparently Raphael was one of those people that he did like. So this is one of the first times we are seeing the illusion of perspective being used in this case. And this is one of the very famous paintings called School of Athens. It was done by Raphael. This is in the Vatican, which is like the headquarters for the Catholic Church. It's a very, very famous building, and it's got Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel ceiling, that famous piece, and also this one as well as other famous paintings. But this is one of the paintings that are there. Okay, so now we are going to practice how to draw the illusion of boxes using perspective. So I created this video right here during COVID, back when we didn't have school, and luckily it kind of works now because I need a video tutorial of this lesson. So we're gonna, in a moment, we are gonna pause this video. We're gonna watch this video right here, and you are going to go through it with me step by step with me drawing. For this, you will need this worksheet. It's already glued in your sketchbook. You will need a pencil. You will need an eraser, and you will also need a ruler. So worksheet, pencil, eraser, ruler, and then watch the video. All right, have fun, best of luck. And if you do get a little confused, if you notice on that worksheet, it has the step-by-steps of each step of the process. So if you do get a little lost, a little confused, use the reference on, oh, you can't see me, on that worksheet to help you draw out your boxes. All right, best of luck. I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.